What Alysa Liu just pulled off at the Olympic Gala is nothing short of earth-shattering. Just 2 days after securing one of the most insane redemption arcs in sporting history and grabbing the gold, she stepped onto the Milan ice for a final bow. And this wasn't just a casual appearance. She was granted the highest distinction a figure skater can possibly earn. From a roster packed with the planet's elite athletes, the organizers handpicked her to close out the entire show. Let the weight of that sink in. Over 40 world-class competitors took the stage that evening. You watched the men's champions launching stratospheric jumps and pairs teams executing gravity-defying death spirals. You saw ice dance legends gliding like dreams, with literally every medalist from every discipline taking their turn in the spotlight. Yet, Alysa stood alone as the grand finale, the final silhouette to carve the ice before the stadium went dark and the world went home. That slot isn't just a polite schedule filler, it is a thunderous declaration of star power. She was the main character the entire globe tuned in to watch say goodbye to the games. But how she chose to use that massive platform completely detonated figure skating traditions. She didn't skate to some tragic classical concerto. She refused to perform a slow, tear-jerking ballad intended to make the judges nod with serious approval. She tossed the Olympic champion rulebook straight into the trash. Instead, the bass kicked in and she vibed out to Boys a Liar PT, 2 by PinkPantheress and Ice Spice. Just to clarify, earlier reports mistakenly listed the track as stateside, but make no mistake about the beat. Alysa's viral routine was synced to the ultimate Gen Z anthem, a banger that has been ruling the airwaves and TikTok feeds for months. Decked out in a glittering midnight blue dress that caught every light in the house, and rocking a matching choker, she looked regal but performed like she was headlining a sold-out pop tour rather than a stiff winter sport. She unleashed high-energy choreography, hitting every sharp, sassy beat with precision. It was an explosion of dopamine, unapologetically fun, carefree, and radiating pure, unadulterated happiness. The massive arena, packed with tens of thousands of fans, wasn't sitting in polite silence. They were literally jamming along in their seats. Alysa effectively transformed a buttoned-up formal ceremony into a worldwide block party. Naturally, the online world completely lost its collective mind. NBC Olympics dropped the clip emphasizing her glow, and the engagement numbers went nuclear. It swept through TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram like a tsunami, racking up view counts in the millions before the hour was up. Viewers at home were floored seeing a freshly minted gold medalist ending the Winter Games with a viral pink pop track. It defied every skating tradition, yet it was the most authentic thing Alysa has ever done. Don't forget the backstory. This is the prodigy who retired at just 16 years old because the industry made her miserable. She packed her bags and walked away from the ice completely. When she finally staged her return 2 years later, she had one non-negotiable condition. She calls the shots, 0 exceptions. She curated her own playlists, designed her own gritty aesthetic, and hired a team that respected her voice. Her coach explicitly told the press they weren't chasing hardware, they were simply there to skate and chase happiness. And ironically, by letting go of the pressure, she skated her way to the top of the podium. She capped off that victory with the most talked-about gala number ever, but the story gets even wilder. The artist herself, PinkPantheress, was actually tuned in, and her reaction was everything. Earlier that week, before the gala even kicked off, a reporter blindsided Alysa with a surprise video during an interview. It was a personalized shout-out recorded by the singer specifically for the skater. She told Alysa, "Sending you so much love and thanks for the support, hope you have a killer show. You are so inspiring, and since I was obsessed with skating as a kid, you are literally living out my fantasy. Thanks for the love." Think about that, PinkPantheress is one of the most relevant names in music right now. And she was looking into the lens telling an Olympic skater that she was envious of her life. Alysa's reaction was pure, unfiltered delight. She was completely starstruck. She immediately declared PinkPantheress her #1 idol and swore right then that if she made the gala cut, that track would be her song. She didn't just say it, she delivered. 2 days later, standing center stage at the world's biggest sporting event, she skated to her hero's voice. She got the seal of approval from the artist herself, but the magic didn't stop there. Ice Spice, the powerhouse featured on that viral remix, also caught the vibe of the performance. Social media went absolutely nuclear, seeing 2 titans of the music industry being suddenly linked to an Olympic skater throwing down to their beats on the world's biggest winter stage. In the stuffy, buttoned-up history of figure skating, nothing even remotely like this has ever gone down. You don't usually see gold medalists vibing to TikTok bangers for their victory laps, nor do global pop icons sit around reacting to axels and spins. This collision of high-stakes athletics and pop culture shattered every precedent, and Alysa is pulling it off while staying fiercely, unapologetically true to herself. There she was, commanding the rink with that signature two-toned hair framing her face. She glided out, smiley piercing glinting under the lights, making zero apologies. Clad in a bedazzled navy ensemble, she pumped PinkPantheress through the arena sound system, glowing with an infectious happiness that filled the stadium. Pundits couldn't help but call the routine cheeky, electric, and loaded with moves that looked nothing like the rigid old-school skating we're used to. And that was exactly the message. She wasn't trying to impress a row of stone-faced officials clutching their scorecards. Technical merit didn't matter. No podium spots were up for grabs. It was raw, unfiltered artistic expression. She seized that moment to demonstrate what happens when you skate simply because it makes your soul sing. Forget the suffocating stress or the crushing weight of a hole. The country's demands. This was about the sheer love of carving lines into the frozen surface. Fans in the stands went wild for every beat, and the web exploded with chatter because Alysa's gala number wasn't just a show. It was a bold, rebellious declaration. Only 48 hours prior, she had clinched the ultimate prize, skating her long program to the dramatic swells of Donna Summer's MacArthur Park suite in a glittering, avant-garde gold costume. During the grueling 6-minute warm-up, she was actually grinning, looking like she was at a Sunday open skate while her competitors were crumbling under the tension. She nailed 7 pristine triple jumps, looking less like she was skating and more like she was levitating. Before the final note even faded, the arena had already erupted into a standing ovation. Her free skate earned a staggering 150.2, the top score posted by any woman globally this season. She skyrocketed from bronze position to claim gold, edging out Japan's Kaori Sakamoto by a margin of less than 2 points in a nail-biting finish. Yet, the true significance lies in the history she rewrote that night. She stands as the first American female solo champion since Sarah Hughes pulled off that stunning upset in Salt Lake City back in 2002. She snapped a 24-year losing streak for the United States all by herself, and she did it playing by her own rules. Remember, this is the same prodigy who was so fried, so unhappy, that she hung up her skates at 16 after Beijing 2022, despising the sport. 2 years later, she returned with a non-negotiable condition: total artistic freedom. That mindset won her the world title in 2025. She grabbed Olympic gold on her own terms, and she capped it off by blasting pop hits, proving she answers to no one. That 24-year dry spell wasn't simply a lack of hardware. It represented a machinery of stress and demand that was grinding young contenders into dust, both in body and spirit. Alysa didn't break the curse by bowing to that poisonous culture. She did it by giving it the middle finger. She toasted the pinnacle of athletic glory by grooving to Gen Z bops in sequins, with her musical idols witnessing every second. Her final message to the globe was crystal clear. You can stand atop the podium without sacrificing your joy. You can be a fierce, top-tier winner and still remain authentically you. Her gala routine has racked up millions of hits, bridging the gap between pop stans and skating purists who are finally speaking the same language. This is the magic that unfolds when competitors are allowed to show their true colors. When we stop jamming them into archaic, stifling boxes and let happiness drive the bus, amazing things happen. Alysa didn't merely take home the gold from Milan. She rewrote the rulebook on the image, soundtrack, and celebration of a champion, all while grinning from ear to ear. She once loathed the ice enough to quit cold turkey. Today, she's the gold medalist who shut down the games with a chart-topping viral hit. With icons rooting for her and the world applauding her liberty, she showed a whole generation that glory doesn't require selling your soul. You can win with a smile and revolutionize the game while you're at it.